Here's how I make my coffee. I make about 2 to 3 weeks of coffee at a time. As I've mentioned in blogs on Facebook, that my coffee costs me about 1/3 of what the Keurig cup costs me. So I start with store brand classic roast coffee, just a regular drip grind. I find that the store brand, the less expensive stuff, actually comes out better. This is a 2-pound can. Okay, in addition to the coffee, I use a 3-quart stainless steel bowl. I'm going to need a spatula, I'll need a water measure, and I'll need some plastic wrap. And then this is actually a postal scale that I bought at Staples, but you know, any kind of a culinary scale is fine. And then the last piece that you're going to need is this. This is a 12-quart stainless steel bowl. These things don't have to be stainless steel, by the way. They'd be fine if you used glass or some sort of plastic. I just happen to like stainless steel because it doesn't retain any flavors from anything that you've used in it before. This is a device I purchased from a restaurant supply, a place called the Webstaurant store. It's online at www.webstaurant.com. This is a French fry grease strainer with a paper French fry grease straining cone. We'll use this tomorrow, but for today we're going to start with our 3-quart bowl and this process. Okay, to measure the coffee into the bowl, we set the bowl empty on the scale and just turn the scale on, and the scale will automatically set itself to 0 pounds. That includes the bowl. So all we're going to do now is just pour in enough coffee to bring the scale up to 1 pound, and that way we'll have exactly 1 pound of coffee in the bowl. Oops, a little bit too much. Let me take some out. There we go. So now we've got exactly 1 pound of coffee in the bowl. So we're done with the scale. Okay, the next step is easy. All we're going to do is to pour in 9 cups of water into the coffee, just right on top of it. This is cold water, right out of the tap. Now my water is well water, so it's been filtered through my water filtration system, and it's pretty good water. You'll notice that the coffee rises to the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in 2 of these, and then I'm going to take a spoon and gently push the coffee down so that it gets inundated by the water. Okay, this measure that I'm using is 2 cups. It's a 1 pint measure. So we now have 4 cups of water in the bowl, and all I'm going to do is simply, I don't want to stir it because we want to keep the coffee grounds somewhat randomly in the bowl, so that they don't create like coffee concrete. But what I'm trying to do is to just get the water to the surface so that the coffee is completely covered by the water so far. Alright, then we go and we add 5 more cups of water. Okay, this is the last cup. I'm just going to rinse off the coffee that's on my spatula here. Now, not every grain of coffee is going to be wet at this point, but it'll, for the most part, it'll all be underneath some water, and it'll eventually soak through to all the coffee grounds. So there we've got 1 pound of coffee sitting in 9 cups of cold water, and we're going to let this sit for 24 hours. I'll cover it with some saran wrap so that nothing that happens to be airborne, like cat hair or dust or missiles, will get into it. And there we go. It's all set. It'll be ready around tomorrow afternoon, and we'll pick up and finish the video then and show you the last step of this easy way to make delicious coffee.